The G20 meeting in Delhi was a success, with India as the host achieving consensus on nearly 100 agenda items. Notably, the declaration addressed issues like terrorism, climate change, renewable energy, and multilateral development banks, emphasizing compromise over conflict. The key breakthrough was consensus on the Russia-Ukraine conflict, with the West refraining from blaming Russia, differing from the Bali Declaration's accusatory tone. China and Russia praised this approach. However, caution is advised for India, considering China's growing influence, India's economic strength recognition, and its membership in the Quad alliance. The G20's role has evolved into a platform for global power struggles between the West and China-Russia alliances, challenging the rules-based world order and leaving little room for non-alignment.
India is set to host the world's first-ever Global Summit on Artificial Intelligence, AI, in October, and the Global Partnership on Artificial Intelligence, GPAI, Global Summit in December. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has called for a global framework for the ethical expansion of AI, recognizing its potential to add $500 billion to India's economy by 2025. One of the key challenges is regulating AI's impact on children and adolescents, considering issues like addiction, mental health, misinformation, and cyberbullying. International best practices, age-appropriate design codes, and institutions involving young people are suggested as ways to improve AI regulation, making it more responsive and accountable.
The Supreme Court has upheld the Cauvery Water Management Authority's CWMA order directing Karnataka to release 5,000 cubic feet of water per second to Tamil Nadu until 27 September. Karnataka had argued it couldn't comply due to a 53% shortfall in reservoir inflows. The court rightly deferred to the CWMA's expertise. This recurring dispute underscores the need for a permanent formula for sharing water during deficit years. The CWMA should use this opportunity to establish a fair assessment method for deficits. Politics should give way to expert judgment in determining water release quantities to avoid annual litigation.
Azerbaijan's swift military recapture of Nagorno-Karabakh, an Armenian-populated enclave within its borders, reflects shifting power dynamics in the Caucasus region, where American, Russian, and Turkish interests intersect. The conflict's roots trace back to the Soviet Union's final days when the majority Armenian Christian population held a referendum to break away from Azerbaijan. In 2020, Azerbaijan, backed by Turkey, fought Armenia, a Russian treaty ally, and captured much of Nagorno-Karabakh. Two geopolitical shifts contributed to Azerbaijan's success: Turkey's support and Russia's focus on Ukraine, weakening its influence in the Caucasus. Azerbaijan's challenge now is to integrate Nagorno-Karabakh peacefully by ensuring equal rights and autonomy for Armenians.
India recently passed a bill in favor of women's reservations, renamed Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam, statute revering women's power, in Parliament, with just 2 votes against it. However, it has been presented late and with various conditionalities, raising doubts about its timely implementation. The historical context of women's reservations in India spans a century of campaigns for women's rights. While there has been a shift towards supporting reservations for women, it is crucial to recognize the complex forms of patriarchy and not assume that the mere presence of women in electoral politics will ensure gender equality and freedom.
Soma Laishram, a popular actor in Manipur's film industry, was banned by the Konglepak Kamba Loop KKL, civil society organization, for participating in a fashion parade in New Delhi while ethnic violence was ongoing in the state. The KKL claimed she showed disrespect to those affected by the violence. Laishram defended her participation as an opportunity to speak about the crisis. Manipur has a history of bans by social and extremist groups, and Laishram's ban has sparked a collective public outcry and support from the film fraternity and the general public. The incident highlights the challenges faced by celebrities in turbulent times.
A recent survey by local circles in India reveals that urban Indian youngsters between the ages of 9 and 18 are spending increasing amounts of time on the internet for leisure activities, including listening to music, watching videos, maintaining social connections, and playing online games. This trend has led to growing addiction to electronic devices among children, resulting in issues like impatience, aggression, concentration problems, memory issues, and more. The survey, which gathered feedback from over 46,000 urban Indian parents, also explored the emotional and mental impacts of social media, videos OTT, and online games on children and sought parents' opinions on mandatory parental consent for children under 18 to join these platforms.
The Supreme Court has ordered Karnataka to continue releasing 5,000 cubic feet per second (cusecs) of water from the Cauvery River to Tamil Nadu for 15 days, in accordance with the decisions of the Cauvery Water Regulation Committee (CWRC) and the Cauvery Water Management Authority (CWMA). This decision has sparked protests in Karnataka, as the state contends that it is facing a drinking water crisis and Tamil Nadu is in need of water for irrigation. A distress-sharing formula needs to be finalized by the CWMA and stakeholders to address the ongoing Cauvery water dispute.
The Parliament Standing Committee on Education has tabled a report on the implementation of the National Education Policy (NEP) in higher education. The report discusses various issues, including the rigid separation of disciplines, limited access to higher education in disadvantaged areas, lack of institutions teaching in local languages, faculty shortages, limited institutional autonomy, research emphasis, regulatory inefficiency, and low undergraduate education standards. The committee recommended increasing gross enrollment ratio in higher education, earmarking funds for socially and economically disadvantaged groups, enhancing gender balance, offering financial assistance and scholarships, creating more courses in regional languages, and improving infrastructure for physically challenged students.
The Northeast region of India, comprising Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, and Tripura, is highly diverse, with numerous ethnic communities who have migrated from various regions. The tendency to view the region as a single homogeneous territory is problematic, as it obscures the region's heterogeneity in terms of language, culture, and ethnicity. The book Identity and Marginality in Northeast India argues that understanding the social realities of the region requires addressing issues like indigeneity, policy, economy, migration, land rights, insurgency, and state violence. The region's diversity must be acknowledged to address its unique challenges effectively.
The National Research Foundation (NRF) in India, with a budget of 50,000 crore rupees over 5 years, aims to boost research and innovation. There is a debate on whether the NRF should fund research based on its relevance and utility or allow the free play of intellects. While some argue for the unpredictability of scientific advancements, others stress the importance of forging connections between academia, industry, society, and government to address practical challenges. Historically, the Indian funding model has favored the pipeline approach, but there is an opportunity to revisit science, technology, and innovation (STI) policies, embracing newer models that prioritize transformative change towards sustainability.